everybody. This is Kayla at Becky's Graphic Design in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're going to talk about how to use GREP expressions to fix your hyphens in the case that they're being used in a range. For our example today, we are going to be looking at some scripture verses from the Bible. I had a project recently where we had dozens and dozens of scripture verses being quoted in this particular book. But the range for those scripture verses was being used with hyphens, but according to proper formatting standards, we needed to be using in dashes. However, I could not simply target all the hyphens in the book and change them to in dashes. I needed to find only the hyphens contained within 2 digits. So let's talk about how we did that. So here I have some sample scriptures, and let me show you what we're looking at here. So because we have a hyphen at the beginning of each line and a hyphen for the range, I can't just swap out all of the hyphens for the in dashes. I need these to be M dashes and these need to be in dashes, so I can't just swap them all at one time. So how are we going to accomplish that easily? Now, number one, like I say often, be familiar with your document before you go and do a big change all. Look at this one, for example. Here we have a space, hyphen, space, and here we have a hyphen, space, whereas the rest of them are just hyphens. So we need to be aware of all those differences and make sure we're being smart about the order in which we do our find replaces. By the way, if your InDesign does not look like mine, you can switch your workspace up here at the top of the screen and switch it to the book workspace. That'll make it look more like my InDesign. Now, in order to get started, we're going to open the Find Change with Control F. And here is the basic outline for what we need to do. If we zoom in here, we can see that I am indicating a digit, any digit, a space character, a hyphen, another space character, and then another digit. I actually learned this recently. I did not realize that InDesign GREP could save more than one item in its memory, and that is what is being intended by this number $1 symbol, and $2 symbol. Those are basically stored measures. So digit number 1 and digit number 2 are being restored here in $1 and $2. Now this mess right here, that is the GREP symbol to generate an in dash. So what happens when we run this? We're going to see InDesign is going to target the only instance of that in this whole document, where we have a space, hyphen, space. Now, what happens when I tell it to change? What just happened there is it targeted these two numbers, found what was contained within the two numbers, stored the two numbers on either side of that item, and then put them back in with the $1 and the $2, and then inserted that in dash in between them. Now this is awesome, because all we need to do to modify this again to do the next range is to take away those spaces. So now we're looking for any digit, hyphen, any digit, and then it's going to save those 2 digits and put an in dash in the center of them. So let's do that again now. Change this one, this one, this one. Very good. Now, how can we target the hyphens at the beginning of the line? Let's go ahead and switch those to an M dash. So now what we're looking for is the beginning of a line. To indicate the beginning of a line, we're going to use a caret symbol, and we are going to look for a hyphen, which probably has to be indicated by a slash hyphen, and then we are going to switch that to an M dash. We'll see if it likes my settings here. It may not. Ah, it does, yes, okay. Now,
No.
it's still finding that too. So sometimes, depending on what the symbol is, you have to put a slash in front of it in order for it to retain its properties. Apostrophes, question marks, asterisks, these all have to have a slash in front of them in order to maintain them, but it looks like for the hyphens we do not. So we can simply click along and see all of these. Now, we have to remember we have our one outlier here where we have a hyphen space, and we don't want to keep that space. So I'm actually going to look for that one first. I'm going to look for space, the beginning of a line, space, hyphen. Can't find the match. And that's because I did the order incorrectly, right? So I'm actually looking for the beginning of a line, hyphen, space. The order is important. So there, now we're seeing it. And now we're going to change that. And that's the only instance in the document. Now we're going to get rid of that space character. And now we're going to find and change all the rest of these. Change all. And now everything looks good. So there are some other things we can do with this grep. So if I open up Control F again, say for some reason you needed to target the colons here in the middle of these digits, we could do that too. So let's go through our expression again. We're going to look for any digit. We're going to look for a colon in between the digits, and then another digit again. Then we're going to do $1, and let's say you would never really do this in a real project containing biblical scripture, but let's say we wanted to do a ampersand in between, and then we're going to do $2 to indicate our second digit. Now we're targeting that, and oh, I did not need that slash there. Get rid of that. Find that now, change, that's all good. Now we could go through and do this for this whole document if we wanted to, for whatever reason. And we could even get real fancy and use some of our specialty grep modifiers in here. For example, we could choose any type of digits, punctuation, space characters, whatever. This would all work too. Now let's say that our document was really messed up and we needed to do some fixing to it. Let's look at another example. Here, I have modified our document where instead of having the proper colon between all of these verses, we now have random symbols, random punctuation. We want to switch these back to the colon, but how do we target everything minus our in dashes? So we want to target the punctuation in between these two numbers, but not these two numbers, because our in dashes are correct. We don't want to lose those. So what do we do instead? In this grep query, we now are looking at any digit that does not contain an in dash in between and another digit. So what are we looking at right here? This bracket means exclusion. So we are not looking for, and the upper caret indicating what thing you are not looking for. And then here's the grep symbol for an in dash is that tilde equal sign, and then ending that bracket. And then here, of course, is the follow-up digit. So we're going to then first look for our first stored item, that first digit contained in the parentheses. We're going to add that colon back in. And then here's our second stored digit indicated by the number, or the $2. So what happens when we run this is we're going to look for now, very good, we're targeting that 6, comma 1. We're going to change that. And you're going to notice it skips over that in dash because we've told it to not look at that. So this one was already correct, but we can go ahead and change it. It's not going to switch anything. Very good. We've got another one here. I'm going to change this one. And lastly, this one. So now our scriptures are looking lovely. All right, that's pretty much it for this video, everyone. Now you can get pretty creative with this. Very good. Very good. You can put anything in between these brackets here. I mean, you can use this in a multitude of instances. You just have to be creative a little bit. Remember, you've got lots of options in here to play with. You can add different things in from your wildcards, your locations, matching, whatever you need to do. But just remember that InDesign can help you by storing multiple found items. And remember that you also have a clipboard to work with. So you can also insert in clipboard contents. So you can insert clipboard formatted or unformatted. I use that all the time whenever I'm pasting in large amounts of images. Actually, you can save images to your clipboard and then paste them in using GREP. All right, everyone. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you like our videos, go ahead and watch another one, because that's how the algorithm knows our videos matter. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.